So Tuesday's session went so well, I figured I would just try to do that again. I'm obviously going to mix up the boulder problems, but this idea of keeping it high intensity, low volume is what I'm going to stick with. It's also seemed to lead to good recovery. So I figured, why not just stay in that direction? If you missed that video from the other day, I will put a link up here at the top of the screen. You can go back and watch it. It's pretty fun. In other news, earlier today, we hit 150 subscribers. So thank you all so much. That's a big milestone, and I really appreciate it. We've still got to get to 1,000, but now's not the time to think about that. Now's the time for celebration. So thank you all again. Keep liking, keep commenting. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps out, and I promise I will do everything I can to make these videos worth your while. All right, I'm gonna get warmed up, and then we're gonna get into the climbing. Okay, off the wall warm-up is complete, and just like Tuesday, the board is at 35 degrees today. Small moves, just do little ones. Okay, let's see if we can mix up the warm-up a little bit more. Is this? Oh yeah, that's cool. Definitely mixing it up there. Huh, neat. Whenever I'm making it up on the fly like that, I always have the hardest time remembering what I did once I come down. So flipping it to the other side is always like, wait, what did I just do? Okay, here and here. I think I remember. Wait, yeah, that's what it was. Yep, and then the high foot. Yeah, that's really neat, actually. So the other day, when I was starting on this hold, I said the bummer about having it so high is that it makes it hard to track your feet into it. And this, I guess this is like decently lower than that. But I don't know, in this case, it kind of worked in my favor to make it cool and have a little bit more flavor than it usually does. Because yeah, throwing the foot up here for that last move, I don't know, that was just really cool feeling. All right, here's a new concept. Oh man, foot slipped. I don't know if this is like a good warm-up or not. Is it too much, too fast? No, I think it's okay. You know what if I use the higher foot? That might make it a bit better for that second move. Yeah, definitely. I am at a loss. Yep, I don't think I was getting my foot up there. Yeah, no. No, I am not. Okay, crazy idea. Bear with me. Wait. Wasn't it this one? Oh, no, wow, depth perception, totally missed that. Okay, but yeah, it's that one. Man, we're already getting into the troubleshooting. That didn't take long. That's the center. I don't like this. No. And I'm destroying my plywood. Okay, we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna find a normal foot. I'm just gonna pull on and see what feels normal on these bottom feet for that move. I really don't even know where I'm going, so I should probably figure that out. You know, if I went to the, I might just be able to leave the feet if I go to the ball. Because that's the thing, I feel like I can like dynamically jump out of it, but I don't really want to do that to this or this at this point in the session yet. But to here would be fine. Yeah, and then stick the foot up here probably to match. Oh, that's cool. I haven't done very many jumpy or foot cutting problems on this whole setup. So yeah, I was just watching some videos the other day, looking at that, like moonboard videos, and I was thinking like, man, they're so much jumpier than I am. I think a lot of it's the height, because if you had that extra height, you could, you know, I feel like when I've climbed on the regular moonboard before, you definitely do a lot of jumping, but in here, I don't. But that'd be cool. Let's do that. I just gotta remember this foot, because even though I'm starting on this pinch, the dowel's not on. So if I wanted to use this as a foothold, I'd have to like wrap around the side here. Come on. Ugh. You know, that is just so frustrating when that happens. You're so focused. This is probably the problem. You're so focused on like charging forward and like grabbing the next hold that you just forget about the feet. It's like, wait, no, you gotta have tension in those feet if you want this to work. So I was just checking the YouTube stats for new comments and activity and stuff, and noticed we're now up to 151 subscribers. So it's been a good day for me, thanks to you guys. Thank you for making my day so good. Now let's see if I can make it even better with this thing. Okay, tension in the feet, remember. Tension in the feet. Yep, there it is. Oh yeah, that's cool. Sweet, I like it. Now we gotta do it on the other side. That's one, you know, I wonder if the foot cut's necessary. I feel like it kind of makes it easier, which, you know, kind of means it's necessary in a way. Oh, well, see, even if you wanted to do it that way, I don't know, it's just easier to just like jump into it and catch it high. Especially since you got to throw your foot up here. Like if you did keep your foot on down there, what would be the point? Because then you'd be here and here and you'd just be like stuck. You'd have to cut feet anyways. So yeah, all right. Very nice. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Yeah, there it is. Cool. Man, I want to do more of that. That was fun. Okay, whenever I get around to making more holds, I got to make ones similar to this that are good, that, you know, you want to jump to. Because some of these right now, I really don't want to jump to them. This one is okay. These ones on the ends here. But I don't really want to jump to this, especially, maybe if I was more warmed up, I would want to jump to that. And you might ask yourself, how are you not warmed up after that? I don't know, I just still feel kind of cold. Oh, okay. I just thought of something pretty diabolical for myself. You get to watch. I guess I want some punishment today. Okay, so I want to start. Right now I want to start here because I don't know where else to start, but I want to go up to this thing here. This little 3.5 finger taper thing. And then I want to go to this. And I don't know what, but I think I just got to focus on that first. This thing is really in cut, but pretty small, maybe 1/3 to 1/2 a pad. Also be cool to go to this side. Well, yeah, I just want to kind of play on some small holds today. Let's see, yeah. Said I wanted to keep it intense and low volume, so. Okay, how is this going to work? Should I make it ridiculous? No, the holds are bad enough. The feet don't need to be hard. Oh, okay. I needed a little bit more confidence and a little bit more attention on the feet because that seemed like it was gonna work. So if you get here and here, you gotta keep going that way, right? You either go up I think it would be cool to kind of just like go to this, and then you could stick your foot here and match. That actually would work really well. Or you go out to here and then do that. I don't know, I kind of like this. Simple. And I like a little bit of a, because it'll be a bit of a jump to it, I think. Maybe not, but I don't know, I'm kind of liking that right now. I can heel hook this if I want. I don't want to. I'd rather that not be an option. And I think with the hands here and with where my foot is, I think that would be hard to do actually. Yeah, I'm looking at that. Dude, no way, because your right hand's not doing much. And so it'd be all on the left, and you'd have to like pull up into it, and yeah, I think that would be hard. So no, we're not gonna do it that way. Good. Oh man, okay, it works. I know it works. Sometimes you can just like feel that it works, and that's how it's going. But let's assume I stick that move. Figure out the end, not that hold, this hold. Okay, it's not a jump, but it's still like a kind of dead point thing. Ooh, yeah, that's hard. I say that all the time, and then I do it. So maybe that's the trick, though, is I just got to say it's hard, and then all of a sudden I do it. No, I wish that worked, but there's a lot of boulder problems I can tell you about where that has not worked. Prime rib in Little Cottonwood is hard. I haven't done that one. There's others. I can't think of them right now, but there's plenty of others. So this is the type of problem where you're going to try it, and that's probably what it's going to look like, but then you're going to rest for, I don't know, a minute or two or more. Like you're going to have these like really short, intense efforts where you're failing on like one move, and then you're going to have these longer rest periods, and you're just kind of going to do that. It's almost like a max strength, max hangboard set where you're doing one really hard move, one really max effort thing, but then you rest for a while, and then you try it again, and you keep doing that. You can't rapid fire this. Okay, let's try it again. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. I didn't expect that. Maybe I do need to just keep saying this stuff is hard. Okay, I do have to add one move into that, but still. I thought, so when I was sitting there, I was thinking, man, how long am I gonna try this move for today? Like, do people really want to just watch me try it and fall, try it and fall, try it and fall, and then never even like do it in this session? Because I was thinking it was gonna be that hard. So yeah, that's how hard I thought it would be. But then to just do it right after thinking all that, cool. Felt good. Yeah, we'll rest a few more minutes and try it from the beginning and see if we can do it. Oh, that's cool. I'm pretty hyped about that. Also, the irony is just too funny. All right, let's see what we can do now. It's just adding one move into what I just did, so we'll see. Sometimes that makes a big difference, and sometimes it doesn't. Oh, I missed. Well, I think it felt good otherwise. That wasn't really that bad. I kind of got on the hold like this with the two fingers. I could just get it like that. It probably would have been fine. Here, let's brush it. Give myself the best opportunity possible. Dang it. Man, if my foot stayed on, I got on this thing good that time. Man. Okay, well, that's progress. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yes. Whew. Okay, I grabbed this, And it was just like, ooh, game on. Do not screw it up now. Tried so hard to just make sure I got to this hold. Yeah. Good. Okay. Final thoughts on that one. Was not as hard as I thought it was going to be. Obviously, I think we already established that. But also, even like strain-wise, so there's like hard as in it's difficult to do, and that could be it's technical or it requires a lot of strength or the hold's really small. There's a lot of reasons something can be hard, right? So I split it between like it's technically hard and it's just like hard, like requires a lot of effort. Or maybe not effort, but like, you know, strength, kind of raw pulling power type thing. That side of it, started feeling more and more manageable the more I tried it. It was like, oh, okay, these holds don't feel as bad. I don't feel like I'm breaking my fingers as much, but it was still hard to get done because of the tension in the feet, the precision with hitting this correctly, but it wasn't so like exhausting or tiring kind of thing. So yeah, still a good problem. I wonder what that's graded. That's gotta be B6 at least, right? I don't know, those holds are pretty small, but it's only 3 moves. I don't know. Well, we'll try to do it on the other side now. This will be interesting. One thing that these smaller holds do is, you know, you can see the lines on my fingertips. They cut into you and your skin starts peeling, which is a problem because your skin's losing integrity. But, you know, that's one of the beauties of switching sides, because now it's going to hit a little different. Oh, man. I was hopeful that I was going to do it first try, but I didn't because I fumbled. While I rest, that's one interesting thing about a symmetrical board, because it just shows how much climbing is really about the movement and how much each movement is unique. Because you do a problem on one side, and if it was like that one that, you know, it took me a few tries, I was building this muscle memory and muscle know-how to do it kind of thing. So, and you get very used to and very comfortable with it moving that way, and you think, okay, well, I'm just gonna do the same thing, but on the other side, it should be easier because I just did it on that side. But it's actually like a whole different problem. So like you're used to locking off this way and, you know, generating like this. And now it's like, you gotta flip that and lock off this way and generate like this. And it's just interesting how they're different, and how one way is really its own way and doesn't necessarily translate to being able to do it the other way. There's obviously some similarity because it is a mirrored version of the same thing, but it's also, what I'm trying to say is that it's a little bit more than just a mirrored version of the same thing. It's its own thing in itself. Okay. See, I'm misunderstanding it. That's what that was. I let my left foot cut like intentionally, and I was thinking of it that way, of like, oh, you gotta like do that and swing on the right foot, like pivot on that. But I don't think that's how it goes. I think I need to try to drive through both feet, shifting the weight to the right, and then if the left foot cuts, it cuts at the end, not just like right away and ripping off the wall. But what matters is that we're learning. We're taking note of those things. We're learning. We're applying it to the next attempt, and that's what's gonna make us eventually do the thing. Oh man, see, but that was much better than the last attempt. And I don't know if you could tell, but my left foot stayed on until it slipped off, but I didn't like pull it off like I was saying. So I drove through them really good. And actually, if the left foot wouldn't have slipped off like it did, I probably would have been fine. So sick. Progress. Right. Wow, this is terribly sloppy. Holy cow. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I just did that. I don't know if you could tell, but I got this hold, the pinky was barely on, and then it popped off, and my foot cut like I was planning on. But yeah, I was just like swinging it back in, and I knew if I could get to, this hold's really good, so I knew if I could just get to it. And sure enough, wow. Definitely mind blown on that one a little bit. You know, there's a balance. So I really like doing things perfectly. I don't like it when my foot cuts accidentally or unexpectedly. I don't like little mistakes. I don't really like hesitation in my movement. I want it to look like I know exactly what I'm doing and I'm just executing. But sometimes when you look too perfect, I think that can mean like, oh, it wasn't really that hard. Unless you've spent just a long time refining everything and then you finally do it and it's been months in the making or something. But on these things, that's not really what's going on here. I've only tried this today. I just came up with it in this session. And so having that one be like a little sloppy like that tells me like, okay, this thing is hard enough that you didn't climb it perfectly. And also, I had enough tenacity and try hard to get it done even when it wasn't going as well as I'd want it to. So yeah, in a way, I see that as a good thing. And this is cool because it's like a 2-for-1. Like when I climbed it on this side, I thought that one was pretty good. I felt smooth and in control and like I was just executing. But then when I climbed on this side, I definitely felt out of control and like, holy cow, how did I just do that? So I kind of got a little bit of both. That's pretty cool. What about you guys? Do you care more about climbing it perfectly and having it look good, or do you just want to get it done no matter what? Let me know in the comments. I think there's pros and cons to both, but man, I do love that feeling when you're just like, everything is perfect and you just flowed right through it. It's like, make it look effortless. It's a good feeling. So I really wanted to do another one or two, but I'm about an hour into it, and with as intense as that was, I figured it's better to just play it safe and call it for the day. So that's going to wrap up this video. As always, I really appreciate you guys watching these things and sticking with me through the end. I hope you find them valuable, whether that's just in the form of entertainment or educational and helpful in some way. Whatever it is, I hope they add value to your life. Thank you again for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.